All right, all right. So today we have one of the most elusive guards ever in the state of Florida. One of my favorite guards, I always say, in Central Florida, bro. You and Mark Borders and Brandon Johnson. Representing from Apopka, Florida. I'm right.
Yes,
Apopka?
sir.
Okay, because I know some people be from, where it called? Clement.
Tangelo Park first, but
Tangelo, okay. Tangelo Park.
At,
Man, I always grew up, watching you with Orlando Forest, you playing with Jerome Boyd, Jason Stinson, and all that. But we'll get into that. I just got to give you your love, man. When I say quick, fast, shoot the tray ball. Today on Florida Hoop Legends, we got Dwayne Foreman with us, man.
Appreciate
Much love. Appreciate you for tapping in with us, dog.
I like how you go, but who are you though?
Oh, okay, yeah. I got to give, I like to give my flowers
No,
first.
I respect. I like how you did that first. I like that.
Yeah, so today, this your host, man. This is Brandon J. Wigley. They called me. I was gonna tell you what they called me, but
tell them what they call you.
Yeah, no, I was
family?
gonna say sex symbol today, but I ain't a sex symbol today. But yeah, man, I'm a basketball enthusiast. I love Florida basketball, so that's why we started this platform, man, to give people like yourself your flowers. CEO of Six Rings firm, a sports marketing agency as well. So, man, all things sports and basketball, I want to be a part of, and I got my guy with me. Jay Black, you can introduce yourself.
You know, before the cameras come on and we all just kicking it.
Yeah.
And then when the cameras come on, you get professional.
Yeah.
Cause he was on one before we came in.
Yeah. No, I'm always.
Now
I'm
you just
hit that switch, huh?
Yeah.
You got the
switch.
hoochie daddy shorts.
I always tell people I could talk to the CEO of any big company and I could go to Paramount and talk to anybody else. So I always like to be broad with it. So I do got the hoochie daddy. I don't know if they can get it.
Yeah, that merch cold. I like that merch.
Speaking of merch, before we get into it, I got you a gift, my brother.
Okay, I like gifts. All right, where the camera at?
Oh shoot.
Hold up.
Yeah, the hoodie with the hat.
Oh man.
Let's get into it, Wayne. I'm glad you on. Like I said, bro, one of the most elusive. Like growing up, like watching you playing against you, I was on the bench, so you probably ain't noticed. But you, like I said, man, Mark Borders, Brandon Johnson, and then my cousin TJ. He not from Central Florida, but watching, TJ Bannister. Y'all was who did you look up to, man, coming up, playing basketball?
Man, I looked up to Mark Borders.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because we from the same hood in Tangelo Park, so he was always 2 years older than us. So, for us to get it in where we was at, we had to go through them, you know what I'm saying, to get on the court and things of that nature. So we used to get it in at the YMCA over there in Tangelo Park and Oak Ridge YMCA and stuff like that.
When you moved from Tangelo and they were popping?
Man, I moved from Tangelo in what it was, 99. That's when I ended up transferring to Apopka that year for my freshman year.
You were Orlando boy, because I was gonna be standoffish with you because you say you from Apopka. But you from Orlando.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you went to Apopka.
Then I went to Apopka High School my freshman year.
How was that like?
Man, it was a great situation for me, honestly, because, when I was at Dr. Phillips, I was trying to, ask them to play JV basketball. But they didn't allow me to play. They wanted me to play varsity, but I didn't understand why, because you got Mark Boyd, you got Ryan, you got Barry DeRose, you got all those guys. What a minute's going to be Barry. For me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, we were going back and forth on that and those type of deals. Before I even ended up transferring, Coach Franz, they was trying to get me to stay at Dr. Phillips. Mm-hmm. But my dad was like, why would you stay there and you can start your own legacy somewhere else? You know what I'm saying?
Dang, so that's why you went to Apopka?
Yes, sir.
Dang, I ain't know. I thought you was from Apopka. Like, dang, that's crazy. So you left. I forgot about Barry. What's his name? Barry DeRosa. He was a baller.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was a true baller.
Yes, sir.
So you were supposed to be at Dr. Phillips, transferred to kind of start your own. But why Apopka though?
That's where we moved to.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
We stayed in a neighborhood called Pinesville Cottage, right down the backside of the 9th grade center.
Got
you.
So
all I had to do was walk to school. So that was a no-brainer for me to do that compared to getting up every morning at 5:30 to go to school over there back in Orlando.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Now, around what time is that? What year is that?
99, 2003.
Oh, okay. That was back in that ass up back then. That's around that time.
Yes, sir. It was going down back then, right?
Yeah.
Especially in the pocket. I knew a pocket girl, man. But anyway, we'll talk about Sheila next time.
That's my dog. I love that, man. What middle school you went to?
I went to Southwest Middle School.
Okay, yeah. So that is.
At ours, you had legendary Chad Rucker. He was like our all-time leading scorer there. Mark was there too.
Yeah.
Patrick Beck. We had some guys that went to Southwest.
Do you feel like that decision to go to Apopka instead of DP? You comfortable with that?
I think that was the best decision because
Yep.
it's for my development. Because you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to tell kids in today's era, you know what I'm saying? They so much big on transferring or playing at certain schools with their homies. Well, and when you got your first 2 years in school,
Yeah.
those are quality developmental years for you to, know what I'm saying, to hone in on your skill set.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you're sitting on somebody's bench, you're not getting those same quality minutes.
Yeah.
So when you come to travel ball, you know what I'm saying, you're still trying to figure certain things out. You know what I'm saying? So everybody loves to go team up and stuff like that. Why? When you got an opportunity to go play 28, 30 minutes a game compared to playing 16 minutes a game, you can see your growth, you know what I'm saying, that time period. So, you know, I thought that was one of the best decisions. I mean, in reality, I had an opportunity to transfer to an Evans or to a Eustis High School.
Ooh, you at Evans though?
Yeah, but, you know, it was one of those decisions.
Yeah.
But then it was like, hey, stay where I'm at, try to build my own legacy. Because if I can run my own team here, then I'm prepared to run my team if I go to college. You know what
Now,
I'm saying?
speaking of legacy, how they go in the Apopka then?
I'm the second all-time leading scorer there.
Oh, dang, I didn't know that.
I lead in assists, all-time leading assists, and steals.
Who number one scoring?
I forgot this dude.
Somebody
name,
way
he
back.
from the 1960s.
Oh, okay,
years,
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I really didn't know that either until they made a Twitter post. And they tagged me, and I was like, wow, I didn't know I was even second, you know what I'm saying, all-time leading scorer. But, I mean, it's a great accomplishment.
Nah, you was
something
definitely
like that,
getting
too.
buckets. I want to start from the origin, too. Like, who put the ball in your hand, bro? Because the way you play is flashy, but it's fundamental, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, Jeremy.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if you ever seen him.
No, I never
Yeah,
seen
but
him.
it's like, because, man, it's like, it's flashy, but you still play fundamental within the game and the scheme. So I would love to see how you started that. Like,
I got involved in it with my dad, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2 years old, he put the ball in my crib and stuff
2?
like that, too.
Okay.
And then, like, every time he used to go to the basketball court, they used to play at Shadow Bay Court, and they used to play in the little men's league. So every time I had an opportunity to go, you know what I'm saying, they play on full court on one side, and I'm on the other side emulating everything they doing.
Now, your pops played competitive?
Yes, sir. He played at Evans High School.
Oh,
Evans
no.
High School, okay.
So-
What year he played?
He played from Evans, from 1980 to 84.
Okay.
He was over
81 to 84, actually. You know what I'm saying? So
Who was there at that time?
the coach was Coach Lingerbaugh.
Yeah, that sound for me. That's why I asked that. Yeah,
So
that sound
he played
for
for
me.
an old school coach.
He a
I mean,
legend.
Yeah, he a
Yeah,
big time legend. 'Cause
yeah.
I think he Checker Atkins played for him as well too and stuff like that.
Got you.
So
That's how I know about him. And Chuck, man, answer the DM, bro. Chuck ain't hit me back yet, man.
Yeah, call
big
him
time
out, man.
legend. That's a big time legend right there.
Nah, Chuck definitely a legend.
Yeah.
So you was hooping, like the handles though, like
Man, I
how
used
did
to-
you work on that? Because the handles crazy.
Man.
And the passing, the vision.
Well, you know how today's back in the day, our era, they had NBA action.
Yeah,
You know
oh,
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
they had, and those highlights and stuff like that didn't come on until Saturdays.
Yup.
So you know what I'm saying? Like when you get to see your favorite player, like the Allen Iversons, the Grant Hills, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, the Tim Hardaways and things of that nature, and you see certain things what they do. So what you do is off them videos or whatever, you go outside and you emulate that thing 30
Yeah.
to an hour a day. You know what I'm saying? So till you get into these games, so then hey, you've been working on your craft, so now you can be able to bring your weapons out when you needed to. You
And
know
what
I'm saying?
about when you went to the park with your dad, or you went to the men's league? Did
Man.
that kind of have an influence?
Yes, it definitely does because, like I said, you're a student of the game at that particular time, so you watching all things that my dad was doing because he played point guard, and then other people that played the game, you know what I'm saying? You seeing what they doing, so
Yeah.
you just trying to take what they do and add a little bit of that, and you know what I'm saying, to your own little style. You know what I'm saying?
Now, so rewind back when you said you was at DP, and then they were trying to put you on the varsity, and you were like, I want to play
JV.
so I can get more run.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, do you think that perhaps if you were on the varsity team, you was kind of absorbing that, seeing people at a higher level play, would that affected your maturation too, or no?
I mean,
That's a great question.
In a long term, I mean, I just didn't want to sit on nobody's bench.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I look
Yeah.
at it as how can I get better by just sitting down watching somebody.
Yeah. And this you thinking this in the 9th grade.
Yes.
14 years old.
But
Yes,
you
sir.
I
still
love
feel like that though.
I still feel like that to this day, and I tell some of my kids that because you know what I'm saying. Like I don't see anybody. Why would you transfer? Only time you should be able to like transfer to another school is like your 11th and 12th grade, your 9th and 10th grade are two of your most important years.
Yeah.
Developmental years.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if a coach going to allow you to, you know what I'm saying, make mistakes and you able to learn on the job. I mean, that's the best situation ever. You shouldn't be worrying about wins and losses and things. Like,
Right,
you need to
right.
be trying to worry about being competitive. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how do you learn though? Just speaking specifically to you, how do you learn as far as like watching an example or just being in the field?
Man, it's a little bit of both because, you know, I started playing playing travel basketball in the 6th grade in 1996. So that's when I first came across Demetrius Scott, Wesley Green, Jerome Boyd, you know, Jamel Holland, Marcus Counts, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and then Jason Stinson. So we had all those guys on one team, and we able to.
What grade that was?
6th grade.
6th grade. Oh, dang.
And that's the year that, you know what I'm saying, my first year playing AAU, and we finished 7th in the nation that year. That's when we beat LeBron James.
Yeah.
Ohio
Stitch
Shooting
always
Stars.
tell me about that.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the greatest.
Don't speed by that. Don't speed by that.
I think Jason got footage of that.
He probably do.
Yeah,
I wish we can have some so we can show, you know what I'm saying, our
Yeah.
kids now that, hey, we played against the best.
So in the 6th grade, you played LeBron James.
Yes, sir.
Yup.
You taught Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Salt Lake
How
City.
was that? He was
Man,
the deal in
you
6th
seen
grade?
it then
Yeah.
that he was pretty good,
Yeah,
man.
Jason always
you know
tell
what
me
I'm saying?
that.
From 6th grade, like you seen like each year, you know what I'm saying, he had done got better, but he also got taller.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in 6th grade, Bron was probably like 6 foot.
6 foot.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is a tall 6th grade.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
tall.
he was
6th
tall.
I ain't
grade.
making
Yeah.
it 6 foot yet.
Yeah, but-
I'm still growing though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
either. I ain't making. I'm still under.
Yeah, I'm still
So, you know
growing.
what I'm saying?
Doctor said.
Yeah.
That he said y'all played Chris Paul
Chris
too.
Paul, we played LeBron. We played Chris Paul. Going into, like, you know, when you leave out of pool play,
Yeah.
going to bracket play, we won our first game, but then we ended up losing the second game, and that was kind of my fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because game on the line, we kind of up in the situation, and I get my cookies took by Chris Paul. And then he hits the game-winning shot, you know what I'm saying? Something like that on me.
Right.
So it's like, hey, it was something that I kind of held on to for a long time
Yeah.
because, you know, you're going to see these same people, you know what I'm saying, again,
Yeah,
because
you-
you're playing every summer.
Yeah, that's big. You
know
ever
what I'm
played
saying?
him again after that? You
No,
got him back?
I never caught back with him again, but,
Yeah.
you know, we caught some other people and stuff like that.
Nah,
Like,
for
Now,
sure.
not to name drop, but to name drop, so that people kind of have an understanding on how elite you were as a kid and then through school. So name some of those people.
Man, it's a lot. I can tell you my biggest one that, you know what I'm saying, I really had was TJ Bannister.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Cause-
around here in the city, you know, I felt like I was the best thing smoking. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So you have your Jacksonville-ish, you got your Tallahassee, and then you got your Miami crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So us in Central Florida were forced, you know what I'm saying, we pretty much ran everything around here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In our age bracket. So when you know what I'm saying, when you start hearing other people's names and stuff like that, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have all that stuff back then so
Yeah.
that we can do our research. Only thing, when we pull up at these tournaments, that's when you able to, know what I'm saying, catch who these people are that they talking about. So then once you get a chance to really see that stuff on the floor, you know it's real.
I mean, because that's partly why I think Wig and myself, Chris, while we started this platform, is because there is a whole list of people that was before YouTube.
Yep.
That ain't it ain't a bunch of highlight tapes on,
Nah,
and
facts.
it's just barbershop fodder.
All right.
And so it's important to like have conversations with people like you, who you were on that same playing field with a LeBron and a Chris Paul in the 6th grade,
Yep.
which is a big deal.
You said something major, and we always talk about that, the different regions of basketball, right? So you got Central Florida, you got North Florida, but really Duval.
Duval.
I ain't gonna hate on my boy Chris. He loved the panhandle basketball, but to me, you know, what you got up there? Like Godby.
Godby, Dante Guinea.
You got some hoopers in the panhandle,
Brian
but
Harris and that, I can't think of the high school he went to. But
yeah,
you
but
know.
my guy Chris, he loved the panhandle basketball. But then, of course, South Florida. But I do like that matchup you said. I want to touch on that. What you like most about TJ game? Being a point guard. I know that was a riot. That was all
Big
you and
time
TJ.
rivalry. Jacksonville Bulls and
Lee
Force,
Bulls and y'all.
always.
So, but TJ being another elite point guard in the state, and you being and y'all in the same grade. So, like, what did you like about his game?
Man, TJ was cerebral.
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's-
saying? Like
no point intended,
The
that's his
thing
brand.
is with his game, man, the man can handle the rock.
Yeah.
He can pass the rock. He can run the team. He can shoot it. He
Yeah.
can do it all. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those guards where you had to be on your A game every time you come see him.
Now facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you didn't, he gonna catch you slipping and he gonna embarrass you. So it's at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You try to utilize each other, you know what I'm saying, put on for both sides, you know? So it was a great experience, you know what I'm saying? Because you learn a lot.
And y'all played against each other a lot.
A lot. You know what I'm saying? From the 7th grade on up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, you know, TJ used to play up with the older kids. And, you know what I'm saying? I somewhat did the same thing. So I got a chance to play against him when he played with ATM, you know what I'm saying? Which was one of the better players of all time.
Shout out to
in the state of
Antonio
Florida.
Lawrence, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man. He was a killer.
Yeah.
So and then like, you know, when you started this platform and stuff like that, you start recognizing all the players that don't came before time, and even the kids that's playing now, is, you know what I'm saying, major kudos to you, man, because, you know what I'm saying, hey, and I never thought about, you know, since somebody was gonna bring up, you know, since some of the old cats, you know what I'm saying, because everybody somewhat in ways they forget about how the things how this stuff don't, you know what I'm saying, started in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these youngsters these days, they doing a good job of what they doing with their branding and all these new things that's coming along. But you know what I'm saying, sometimes like we don't want to forget about the guys who already put the boots in the ground, you know what I'm saying, in a way to help. You know what I'm saying, the region grow in a way.
Yeah.
So in high school ball, when was your breakout year?
I say my breakout year was pretty much, I say my sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? My freshman year was really get my feet wet. But then like my sophomore year, I pulled off, well, I can't say we pulled off, you know what I'm saying, beating a talented Edgewater team, which you had Reggie Ford, Victor Brown.
Y'all beat us in the 10th grade?
Yes, sir.
For
real? At the crib.
At
the crib, you know, at the crib.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying, that was a big accomplishment because that was the only time I beat y'all.
Hey, Phil, make sure you cut that out when he say you beat Edgewater.
So, you know, hey, I was able
We got Reggie Ford coming in next, right after you. Oh, y'all did? I ain't even know that.
Hey, I'm talking about
I don't remember that.
That year, I beat Dr. Phillips, I beat Edgewater, I beat Evans, I beat everybody that year. You know what I'm saying? So that was like one of my biggest accomplishment because after then it was tough. We was in our metro was the toughest.
Yeah, the metro was crazy.
Because every school that you could thought about, they had at least 1 or 2 Division I players. Everywhere.
Evans, DP,
you know what I'm saying? As to opposed to today, it's a little bit, I won't say it's watered down. Well, I say it's watered down in a way because we have more high schools.
Yeah, it's spread out.
So everything is spread out more so than anything now. And then it's like now, you know, some kids that go somewhere, they don't like the fact that they might lose a few games and stuff like that. But I'm like, that's cool because you need to learn how to win. You know what I'm saying? If you don't learn how to win on your own, who else is going to be able to do it? Because you don't want to be, how would I say, a second fiddle to somebody else, and you got to be riding somebody else's coattail to get wins and stuff like that.
That's interesting you said that because I was watching another platform. I think Gil was talking about what's the kid that's going to Duke?
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
And he was talking about. He was speaking in general about these guys who play for these loaded, stacked teams. So they never had to have like those clutch moments or those like high leverage moments. So when they get to a point where they have to do that, they don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
that's an interesting perspective.
No doubt, it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then again, like let's look at a kid named the Boozer twins.
Yeah,
they've been getting out the mud since 4th grade.
Yeah.
You know, so I've been playing against them, coaching against them actually.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to see their maturation on how they don't develop to where they are now. That whole little team that they have, even the kid that's signed with Villanola.
Yeah, I like his game.
You know what I'm saying? All those guys right there, man, they stayed in the lab. They did everything they were supposed to, and like I said, at the end of the day, they was winners.
Let's stay there. So you coach AAU, I coach AAU 7th grade as well. I don't think the culture like it is now. I mean, now like it used to be. Like you said, you played with the 4th from 6th grade to 12th grade. But now it's a lot of team jumping.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that, man?
I don't prefer it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I don't knock anybody and their kids for doing it.
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we don't own these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just here to help these kids on their journey. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just try to get them advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is what I would do and what I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like you have to have those type of conversations with these parents.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? If y'all having a tournament or y'all having a schedule, you want to be able to stick to that schedule. So if y'all are going to play with somebody else, at least, you know what I'm saying, respect our schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to speak. Because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you want these kids to get the work that they need. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
they can
right.
continue to, you know what I'm saying, develop. You don't know when these kids gonna take off. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Because everybody development is just different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The light switch might hit. You know, it might not hit in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. It might hit when they get to 11th
Right,
grade.
right.
You know
I
what
say
I'm
that
saying?
about D3.
Yeah,
Like
and I
D3
had him.
is a late bloomer.
Man,
Now,
listen,
now, do you consider that a bad thing
No.
to say about somebody? A
No,
late bloomer?
because
Because somebody got mad at me one time when I said
Nah,
it.
but that's people being emotional though. 'cause
Yeah.
they getting emotional, and then the thing
Yeah.
is, it's a compliment. too,
Right.
at the
Yeah.
same
It
time,
depends
know
on
what
when
I'm
you
saying?
bloom. It's people who peak in the 12th grade, and then what does that get you?
Yeah, that's
Just
real.
get you peaked in the 12th grade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then, but the thing is, when you get seen at that particular time, when you don't peak, that when you get the opportunity to.
Right.
Right. But if you get an opportunity and you go to college and then you kind of don't elevate after that, then you just become that kid who had a lot of potential in the 12th. So
Yeah.
that's like, as long as you bloom,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
yeah, but here's the thing is, when you get that, you just can't stop working.
That's facts.
Yeah.
You know
Now,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
so since we bouncing around, but that's a good segue back. So as far as you in high school, who recruited you?
Man, I had everybody in Florida recruit me, man, but it was like attitude. You know what I'm saying?
You had attitude, bro?
Body language.
He from
I was-
Tangelo,
I
man.
I was a fiercey, you know what I'm saying, guard and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And, you know, sometimes some things didn't sit well with me when
Yeah.
the coach saying something to me, but I had to learn that over a period of
Right,
time.
right.
Yeah.
Because you got to hear the criticism, you know what I'm saying, not only from your coach, but from other people from the viewing
Right, right.
outside. You know?
I think it's important for people, for coaches
Mm-hmm.
and teachers and mentors who are mentoring, especially little black boys, because we're designed to be rebellious by nature.
Correct.
We're that we aren't docile people, despite what people would say or think. So it takes a level of leadership to be able to maneuver that with a child, especially with a growing boy. You especially you in your teens and you
Yeah.
becoming a man, you starting to smell yourself, as they say in the South. So I think that's important for people to understand how to mentor and coach and lead with these variables that kind of have nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah, no doubt.
You like Jay say, going back to the Popka days, you say y'all had y'all great year in the 10th grade. We're gonna get back to your recruiting too, but
Yeah.
he made me think of something. So you had a great career 10th grade, 11th grade. What was the drop off? Because y'all still had the same squad, didn't you?
No, because I mean it's probably pretty much just me and Reed Nelson.
Yeah,
And then-
that's
and
who I. Yeah, Reed.
so-
Reed was straight though.
Reed shoot
yeah,
shoot
yeah.
the
Reed
leather
was
off
straight.
that thing, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
and he had some offers and stuff like that coming out of high school, but he ended up choosing to go to Florida just to be a student.
Yeah, I remember
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah, he was
So-
killing in the mirrors though.
But I mean, just in reality, we had a better record my junior year.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, and
we was coming into our own in our junior year too.
Man, y'all always been good at
But
Edgewater, so
at
it
10th
ain't-
grade, we lost.
y'all lost to
Deep.
Fort Lauderdale, somebody in the championship.
That was 11th grade. 10th grade though, we lost in the playoffs to I want to say Ryan Morton. Oh no, that was maybe 9th grade.
Not when Reggie was there.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, you right. I don't remember.
How do y'all remember shit like that?
Well, I
Where y'all
remember.
be
Man.
like in the 9th grade, remember you had
Well, because I mean, you got to think about it. When you come into high school, dog, you
Yeah.
already know your freshman year. So you looking at everybody's school, who
Yeah.
the big dogs is,
Yeah.
who the big dogs in the city. So when my time period, teams that you already knew who was already good, you knew Evans was good, you knew Edgewater was good, you knew Dr. Phillips was good, and you knew when you had to see Boone, you had to
Yeah,
play a
oh,
certain
yeah,
different
Boone
type of
had-
style.
yeah, yeah.
Because
Oviedo.
Boone was versatile with
Yeah.
how they played. They can go up and down with you, but they'll slow that thing
Yeah.
down, and the game would be 18-16. You know what I'm
Yup.
saying? Then you had Oviedo, that was pretty decent over there. And then I want to say, Seminole or something like that. But,
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side, you had Osceola High School, you know what I'm saying, the Cowboys and stuff like that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you just know who was at certain schools because, you know what I'm saying, you had to see some of those guys in the summertime. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, it's like we didn't have no ranking list like that outside the team breakdown. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
they had
Shout out
anything
to
over
Breakdown.
the
Yeah.
state and stuff like that. But if you was a real student of the game, you did your homework. Because at each high school, you know what I'm saying, I can tell you that you had Travis Akins at Jones, you had you had Travis Mosley at Jones, you had Chad Rooker, you had Kurt Dallas, you had Josh Perry, at Jones. Then when you go to Edgewater, you got Darius Washington, you had Reggie Ford, you had Victor Brown, you had goddamn what's the tall white dude that they had on that team.
I know what you're talking
Oh
about. I
my
forgot his
God.
name. I know what you're talking
that
about.
group right there,
Yeah.
that group when
That was a raw squad.
I mean,
How
your point guard.
how you remember the white dude?
I don't know.
Were you
bro.
on that team? You weren't on that team?
Not 10th grade. I was
No,
just
Tim,
big.
because that was D.Y.'s freshman year.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
and like I said, you with him starting, then you got 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, that team was long,
it
bro.
was long.
Chris
and athletic.
Burns.
Chris Burns
Yeah,
was on that
yeah.
team too. You know what
Cujo.
I'm saying? Yes.
Like,
Cujo,
and Cujo about 6'4".
Dwayne,
Yeah, yeah.
Wayne on that team
Wayne,
too.
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it was a lot.
Yeah, that was bro. That was a squad. You
And-
right.
and then when
and
you
y'all beat us.
Beat y'all at the crib.
Dang.
At the crib.
Yeah, we don't got to keep going.
At the crib.
So, like what per this I want to stay on the Popka a little bit. So you went to Popka. It's not really known for basketball. It was a football school for the most part. Yeah, because y'all that was a good rivalry too with y'all in football, Edgewater and the Popka. But how did you prepare yourself mentally? Because like you just said, you're going against all these big dogs and it's just you and Reed. So sometimes you could be like, man, I know we about to take this L, maybe or maybe not. Like, what was your thought process?
Well, man, I had the biggest preparer, you know what I'm saying, for me every day in practice. See,
Gotcha.
a lot of people, I played with Brandon Melweather. You know what
Oh
I'm saying,
yeah,
with the Miami.
yeah.
So you know how football players are.
You play basketball too?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I don't know.
He was
Okay.
point guard. So you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Brandon was a physical point guard. You know what I'm saying, that push and stuff like that, and just muscle.
Yeah.
So that stuff right there helped me prepare. You know what I'm saying. So when we get in games, when you know what I'm saying, you play against stronger guards. It's something that you already don't see.
Yeah.
Because you're going against it every day in practice.
Now, side note, because we going all over the place. I get it.
Yeah.
But since you brought up Brandon Merriweather, it's been a debate between about the pro level. So can an NFL player play in the NBA? Can an NBA player play in the NFL?
I can say they can probably do these things early on. Only reason why, because you're working at it. But once you start, you know what I'm saying, just focusing on your particular sport, that's when I think things start, you know what I'm saying, getting away from us in
Right.
a lot of ways. Unless you still, you know what I'm saying, like you still grinding and you still working out and stuff like that towards it. But I know most of them, once you get into your format, especially like football or whatever, it's different, man. Because then if like they say if you're trying to get a basketball player to go play football, it's gonna be a whole different, you know what I'm saying, ball game because of physicality.
Right.
Most
Yeah.
basketball players don't want to get touched. You know what I'm saying? As football players, they want to touch it. So that's going to be the really big difference. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be a little bit easier for a football guy to play basketball in a way because, you know what I'm
think
saying?
so?
They play defense. They not afraid to play defense. They don't care
Yeah.
about getting shook. They don't care about none of that stuff. You know what
Now,
I'm
I
saying?
think a basketball could do football because we
They-
seen it. We see.
Yeah, but
like,
we play sandlock too, but the thing is, can they take a hit?
Yeah, but see, when the underlying thing when you talk about that is we talking about skill positions. So like, could I take a 6'7" power forward and then put him in the skill position, a tight end or a tight end, a running back?
It depends. Does he got any experience in it?
I mean, what experience to run? I don't want him to attack me. I don't want no trouble.
yeah, they gonna
But
get your ass.
It is in a way because the thing is, when you playing football, can you take a hit? That's the biggest
Yeah,
thing.
that's why I stopped.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
like,
man.
I went out to try to play
You play football with?
Yeah, like what? Is that middle school? Yeah, middle school.
Yeah.
Pine
Oh,
Hill
that-
Trojan.
don't
And
count.
the
Yeah,
year,
that don't count at all.
And the
Yeah.
year that we won state that year, I was, you know what I'm saying, went out to play quarterback for us that year before Brandon had to play the quarterback there. Cause Kennard, our other quarterback, got hurt. So in the situation, they was testing me out to see if I can come out there and play.
Yeah.
But then once I see when Brandon on a pitch, Brandon coming on us in some way, then knocking one of your teammates' helmet off.
It's
You
a
know what
no
I'm saying?
go.
Yeah, you don't wanna play no- I'ma just shoot
you
jump
straight.
shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be able to pick and choose your poison.
Now back to basketball.
Yeah.
How good were you in basketball?
I was pretty good. I was just short. You know what I'm
How
saying?
tall are you?
5'10".
Oh, that's short.
That's
Yeah,
real
I mean,
short. Because, I mean, you got to think about it. In order to make it to the league, you got to be at least almost 6'2".
You think so?
Yeah, especially these
I
days,
mean,
everybody
and
getting
then,
long.
like, just looking at these days and these
Yeah.
areas, you just got to be. If you're gonna be a short baller, you got to have all the bells and the whistles.
Got to be ferocious.
Did you play college ball?
Yeah, I played at Georgia Southern University for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk about that. So your senior year, you know, your time coming up, time to choose those schools. Like Jeremy said, what other offers you had in Watch Georgia Southern?
I originally committed to a sign with Murray State coming out of high school.
Okay, that's where Mark went.
Where Mark
Yup.
was at.
I like that's Ja Morant went there too, right? Yeah, Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had UCF, I had Stetson, I had Jacksonville,
I like UCF.
I had Miami was early on and stuff like that. Had some interest from Florida State and stuff like that, but I didn't have my stuff through the clearinghouse. So a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, we didn't know back then was somebody was telling us in our ear that what the things that we had to do.
Explain that for people who don't know, because I don't know.
So the NCAA clearinghouse is basically your grades and your format on when you take the SAT, ACT, and stuff like that. It tells you what you need to get on the test to be eligible to, you know what I'm saying, obtain that scholarship. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't able to pass the SAT. I couldn't get past 810. You know what I'm saying? But on the ACT, I got a 23.
Gotcha.
So, but in the process of me getting that in my junior year, I didn't know, you know, because I didn't have my paperwork through the clearinghouse.
Gotcha.
So, long story short, when going through my senior year, Murray State ended up firing the head coach at Murray State, and he ended up going to like Jackson State. They offered me, but I ended up going
The HBCU?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I ended up going to Laurinburg Prep in North Carolina, prep school. That's when I played with George Dorsey, Maurice Rice.
For the testing.
For my testing, because I didn't think I passed the test.
Gotcha.
Oh, I didn't know you went to prep school, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I had
that's
no
why we
choice
got
'cause
you
I
on the
didn't know.
platform.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I ended up going prep school.
Yeah.
Getting all my paperwork through the clearinghouse. Mm-hmm. Once I got my paperwork stuff through the clearinghouse, they already pulled my test scores up. And they was like, "Oh, you already passed." So then once,
Dang.
once
you went to prep school and you didn't even have to.
Didn't have to.
Dang.
So when you went to prep school, because that essentially just ended up being like jail. I mean,
I wouldn't say it was jail because I mean,
is that harsh?
No, I mean it ain't harsh. I mean just the
Some
way how
people
you look,
say that.
how you look
Some
at it. I
people
mean,
do
you
say
gonna
that,
have
though.
your restrictions because I mean you got youngsters. You know what I'm saying? That's away from home.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, control the match. You can't let them be, you know what I'm saying, running around the city and trying to do.
Did you look at it like that though when you was there?
No, I didn't because I mean we had freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I ended up taking my car up there where we was.
Yeah.
Where
You know what I'm saying?
where it was located?
Laurinburg, it was like maybe 30, 45 minutes away from Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Okay,
So Fayetteville State was down the street.
gotcha.
So you know what I'm saying? Like we was there. I mean, we had our own rooms and stuff like that. We went to class and stuff.
Yeah.
But once I ended up got my stuff through the clearinghouse and I took my visit to Georgia Southern, I signed.
Yeah.
I ended up
Gotcha.
getting up out of there. I didn't even play.
Yeah.
I don't think I played like 5 games there.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
because when we first we did like some Zoom interviews before we got in the same room, and who was that? Jesus.
Jesus? Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know why I call him Jesus. That's fucked up. That's messed up, right?
Hey man, that's how they
Same
name spelled
thing,
out,
though,
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
My
everybody be
mama
looking at the
call him
same way.
Jesus. I'm gonna call him Jesus. No, but we talked to Jesus from
Yeah.
Miami Christian, and so Miami Christian is similar to that, and they came from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And so they basically were supposed to have like a chaperone or like a what do you call it? Like a
Guardian?
a guardian.
Yeah.
But there was no guardian, so it's kind of just like 6 to 7 15
I just know
year-olds.
this nigga in here with no shoes on. My
Oh,
bad.
I got it's breast cancer,
I
breast
didn't
cancer
know.
awareness.
Tell my bad. Keep going.
Behind. So we gonna be shooting a few episodes a day. So I got a few different looks.
My bad. I got off topic.
I got a few different looks because Brandon ain't bringing me the Hoochie Daddy shorts. But you can shop. You can shop for the apparel, right? We got apparel and merch that you can shop for.
Yes, sir.
So we'll put that somewhere, or you can just follow us at Florida Hoop Legends on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you get it.
Yes, sir.
Wherever you seen us at, so we can get you the shirts. We got some hats coming. This is the original
Yeah, that's
prototype.
the OG. That's the OG.
Got the new
That
stuff
too.
today and the hoodies and all that. But anyway, Brandon called me out. When people wear the big hoop earring, they have no respect for you, and they just treat you any kind of way.
Bro, my hoop. I like my
Yeah,
hoop, bro.
I like the hoop too. But what was that? What
The
was
Guardian
I saying?
with,
The Guardian.
with
So they had the
Jesus.
Guardian.
Yeah.
So they had like these crazy stories about like just kind of having to fend for themselves.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So what was it like when you went there? You away from home. Your parents aren't there.
Well, it was like this. Everybody, you paired up in rooms with whoever on your team.
Yeah.
And then you have like 2 people that pretty much that stay in the little dorms with y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? If we needed anything, we go either go to them to whatever, get what we need, or ask permission if we can go to the store, stuff like that. So it wasn't a bad situation like that. Even though the coaches, they came over and they checked in with us and stuff like that, make sure we were straight.
How
whatever
long
we
you was
needed.
there, though? You wasn't there that long,
Man,
right?
I got there in, September, and I was out of there in November.
Oh, yeah. So you
know
ain't
what
really
I'm
have a
saying?
long
So like I
experience.
said, once I signed, because I was getting into it with a couple of teammates and stuff like that over stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because
Basketball related or more
so off the court.
Gotcha.
Because you know what I'm saying. I was the only one that had a car, so you know what I'm saying. They act like I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying. Drive them, drop them down. Like no, dog.
Which you are, because that's just high school rules.
Yeah.
You got the car.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you ain't helping me put no gas in the tank, how we
Fair
gonna know
enough.
how that bad boy gonna
And
move?
back
you
then,
feel
gas
me?
was cheap.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But how was it, like your family had to send you money, or they had like some kind of like stipend?
Yeah, my family gave me a little allowance or whatever the case may be, but everything was pretty much paid for. So it was I was like on a scholarship or whatever. So they took care of everything for me. So that was a blessing right there.
So what? But why did you choose
Red.
Georgia Southern though?
Say that again.
Why did you choose Georgia Southern?
Man, I mean they was on me the hardest.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
Well, pause. Yeah, for some people, yeah. But they was on me.
They always say go where you want it.
But at the same time, like I had South Carolina, I had Texas A&M, and UAB.
Oh, I
it
like
was coming
that.
along, but at my junction, I was looking at where am I going to be able to play, what's going to fit, where I'm going to get an opportunity. At.
Back to your 9th grade year mentality.
Yeah, mentality. Because
So you didn't have like this idea of like going to the league or playing after school.
I had that idea, but you know what I'm saying, reality kicks in. Because you know what I'm saying, you looking at your format of what you bring to the table, you know you can run an offense and stuff like that, but I knew my flaws. You know what I'm saying? I knew I couldn't, at that particular level, I couldn't shoot. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get with the big homie, Chucky Atkins, every morning, 5:30, in the summertime to get my Jimmy right. You know what I'm saying? Once I got that right, I had confidence in whatever the case may be, but you know what I'm saying, things happen. You know what I'm saying? That goes along with it. So it's like you got to make a detour. So, you know, instead of me going to the league, I went overseas for 2 years.
Where'd you play overseas?
I played over in Cyprus and I played it in Germany.
Where's Cyprus?
Cyprus is right over there in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, in between like Africa and
that's
Israel
beautiful
and
over
stuff
there.
like that. Yeah, I'm talking about it's just like it is here, hot.
Before we get to that though, I want to go because I don't know much about your Georgia Southern career. How was your time there?
My time there was great, man. You know, you had your growing pains, you know, being in college because you still learning the ropes.
Yeah.
And trying to understand what these folks want from you to even to get on the floor. And like I can tell any kid, I tell my kids today, if you can't score the basketball, what else can you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Because when you're in college, you're going to have to fit a role that's going to be able to get you on the floor.
Right.
It's not going to be
facts.
scoring the ball because they already going to have those people in line by the time you get where you at.
Everybody can get
Everybody
buckets.
can get a bucket. Everybody averaged almost 25, 30 points a game in high school.
Yeah.
But when you get to college, it's a certain role that you got to play. So for me, I didn't get on the floor unless I came in, you know what I'm saying, 16 minutes a game to play defense.
Got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? Hey,
Oh,
I
I
had to
ain't
play
know
defense.
that.
I had to pick somebody up 94 feet.
For 4 years?
Well, not for 4 years, but my first 2 years.
First 2
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Until I was able to really submit me a spot on the team. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was part of the team, but for me to carve out my role for what was within.
So when did you decide that the league is probably not my end game?
Man, I seen that, man, my senior year.
Your senior year.
Yeah,
High
because
school or college?
Just college. Because you can start seeing, like, my whole goal was I'm trying to be top 5 in the country in assists.
Got
So
you.
if I'm
Oh,
top
that's
5
love.
in assists, then I might got an opportunity.
Yeah, people can.
But,
You're gonna get some eyeballs on you.
Yeah, and then, but at the same time, like, we wasn't a real basketball. We wasn't basketball school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're more football.
Yeah.
So you know, we wasn't getting the attention that you know what I'm saying that Davidson was. You know what I'm saying, stuff like that. When you had the number one.
That was in your
assist-
conference.
Yeah, with Curry and them. So
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I'm saying. You got.
Did you consider that before you made a choice to go to which college?
What?
Like the visibility.
No, I didn't. I just went where I was going to be able to get opportunity.
Fair
You know
enough.
what I'm saying? As long as it's Division 1, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's close to home. Because you know what I'm saying? I get homesick. So if I want to leave and leave school and go home, I'm only 4 hours away.
Right.
You know
Do
what
you
I'm
think? Do you think that if you would have chose a school with more visibility, that's more known to be a basketball school, you'd have a better chance to go to the league, or you don't even care about that or think about that?
I mean, at this particular moment, I mean, I really don't care about it now. But, I mean, at then, it could have been. But who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it would have changed a lot of demographics of me, you know what I'm saying, really honing in on my skill set in the summertime.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because you start seeing certain things where the coach don't have to tell you that you're not good at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that you get with your big homie to figure out, you know what I'm saying, how can I, you know what I'm saying, get better at a certain skill set.
So you worked out with Chucky.
Every summer.
Got you. Now that's
Every
love.
summer.
How did y'all meet?
Man, well, My dad used to always, you know what I'm saying, go back
Oh, yeah,
and
they
play
went to
at
Evans.
Because,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying,
yeah.
all the alumni always go back to Evans and play
Yeah.
summertime or right before the season to help get the team right and stuff like that. So I knew Chuck since I was a youngster. So, you know, it was just after what it was, we had a pro-am situation. And after the game, I was like, OG, do you mind if I come work out with you in the morning?
Yeah.
And he gave me the time. Meet me at Jones Track at 5 o'clock. Don't be
Right.
late. You be
Yeah.
late. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't never had to worry about me ever being late or, you know what I'm saying, calling off work because, you know what I'm saying, I knew it was time to work.
Now, so you at Georgia Southern, say 12th grade year, you kind of realizing, okay, I'm gonna go overseas. How long did you play overseas? Like
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, man.
You came right on,
Well,
yeah,
it wasn't
right over
even
back.
that, man. It's like when you going over, when you
Yeah,
play,
what's
when
that
you
experience
pro ball,
like?
it's a great experience,
Yeah.
man. Don't get me wrong, but you do get homesick because, you know what I'm saying, when I was in Cyprus, we played all the way through the holidays.
Got
When you
you.
see in certain countries, you see your homeboys going home while you got to stay over there the whole time. I mean, that kind of mess with you a little bit, but
Yeah.
you got to grow up and put your big boy pants on and you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying, my situation was kind of messed up because I had an opportunity to network with other agents, but I tried to stay loyal to an agent. And when I stayed loyal to an agent, he ended up changing from basketball and ended up going towards football. So then when I had the opportunity to try to go back to those people, those jobs were no longer available.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then I end up, you know, finding me a little job or whatever in Germany. Then, you know, tried to work with an agent here in Orlando, which it didn't pan out or whatever. Played in a few minor leagues, and then that's when I ended up going to play with when the Jacksonville Giants first started in ABA. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was one of the first ones.
ATM played there too, right?
Me,
Yeah.
ATM, Jermaine Bell, all us right there. You know, man, we did pretty good. Made all the way to the championship and lost my first year.
Got you.
And then after that, it was too political for me.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, if I'm going to practice and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do,
Right.
and I don't see the results, I mean, I feel like, hey, you already got people in position that you want to rock with. So in that position like that, I'm like, hey, it is what it is. And that's
But
what
in hindsight, do you think now that it's all political? Even in
everything's
high
political.
school.
Everything's political now, but I mean, it don't stop you from doing what you're supposed to do.
Right. But also, I think like even when you go back to the DP thing, just think like what that path would have been if you would have been like, all right, I'm gonna play varsity, and then don't play, and then the next year the keys is yours. Then you want to kind of like a higher platform, and you got these because also in Dr. Phillips you're gonna have the resources where people can be like, oh no, you passed this, you can just go apply. You know what I mean? As opposed to nobody knows or nobody paying attention, so you just go to prep school when you didn't have to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, the situation for the DP thing, it was a no-brainer because I'd have been backing up Mark for 2 years. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, I end up doing what I did, listening to my dad, because, I mean, by me sitting behind him for 2 years, not getting the keys to the car until my 11th grade year, I just felt that,
Yeah.
you know, that didn't make sense to me.
Now that's great advice from your father. And even speaking on that, you having a son now in the 10th grade, that's plays ball. I see highlights. I see him. He ain't Wayne,
No,
but I love it though. I feel so good to see people I know growing up, and then now y'all have sons. Speak on that dynamic.
Man, it's a blessing, man, because the thing is, now that, you know, us don't play, now we got kids that's involved. Now you're
Yeah.
starting to see different kids, you know what I'm saying, develop and become some better than their dads was,
Yeah.
or some, you know what I'm saying, treading that line with their dads and stuff like that. Man, I always try to tell all these guys, man, get involved.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, it makes zero sense that you don't play it at a higher level and you have kids, but then you allowing somebody else to push your kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a way that, you know what I'm saying, you can push them all the way until they get to high school, and then you can hand them off.
Yeah.
But early on, I feel that, you know what I'm saying, that developmental process of you getting involved, it'll help. Because you know everything. You
Yeah.
don't went through it already. You know what I'm saying? So why sit up here and allow somebody else to do it when you can pretty much do it?
How old is your kid?
My kid is, he's 16 now.
16?
16 and in the 10th grade now.
Okay.
He's pretty good, man.
Where
got a
you
good-
play at?
He play at Hope Prep right now.
Okay.
This is his 4th year on varsity, because he's been playing varsity since the 7th grade. So,
So you got all the grades. Okay, got you.
So, you know
Now
what I'm saying?
that's a lot of reps.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
getting in like.
Trying to, because, I mean, the thing is, like I tell them, hey, at the end of the day, you got to utilize this time to develop.
Yeah.
So if you do decide to go make that change in route in your junior year, you can, because you did your time as far as to develop.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
What's
So
his
that-
what's his end game or your end game together?
I don't have an end game for him, because it's on him. It's
that's
his
real.
path. It's his journey.
Yeah.
I'm just here to, you know what I'm saying, giving recommendations and suggestions. You know what I'm saying? But he has his goals, and like I try to tell him at the end of the day, if you want to meet your goals, then you have to be self-efficient. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of kids, they want the guidance and, you know what I'm saying, to tell them to do certain things, but at some point in time, you got to be able to carry your own weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like your parents, not saying that I'm not going to be here or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, but if I wasn't here, what can you do?
Right.
Because I didn't have that same, you know what I'm saying, tutorial, you know what I'm saying, when I was coming up to meet grinder. It was just, hey, I knew what to do. My parents was always working, so, you know what I'm saying, I had to find my own, you know what I'm saying, hunger for the game, my own fire.
Now that's hard, bro. So you say you went overseas, you played 2 years, bounced around, came back. Like, was that decision hard to like give up the love, like basketball, like that final, like, all right, man, I'm about to hang it up. I ain't playing no more. Like, what?
Man,
did you
I
go
still
through any
played.
depression after that? Like, what was going on?
I didn't really go into no depression or nothing like
Yeah.
that because I still played. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I played with trap. We so like in the summertime.
Yeah,
You know, we
pro-am
go play
types.
month pro-am.
Yeah,
we go
yeah.
travel to New York, New Orleans, and stuff like that. Miami. They go play a money tournament. So I mean, that kind of fueled my little fire and stuff like that. But then, you know what I'm saying, like my homeboy, you know, D Scott.
Yeah.
He came with an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Took it and ran with it. So you made some decent money.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
were just
So
talking about that last night. Me and Donnie
What's the
Malone and
opportunity?
Jamal.
Well, you know, we was a tax.
When we
oh,
jumped in the tax
advisors.
game, we all did
You
that.
know, so
I ain't worked the job since.
trying to tell you that right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
right
he
there.
ain't
That's
never
why I can
called me
say,
to get in that opportunity.
hey.
I worked the job since, a few of them.
But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to D Scott, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, hey, he helped, you know what I'm saying, us in general, you know what I'm saying, learn how to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Right.
Because without that opportunity, you would have never had to work for yourself, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, in a lot of
Facts.
major ways. Because now when you work for yourself and then you go back and
Right.
work into the business world, you already have your mindset on, you know, it's a certain thing, how they supposed to operate and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that goes back to when you ask, well, Wig asks, is that a knock to say like you a late bloomer? Because what happens is with guys like you who played ball all this time and was the man and went to the next level, play professionally, or even if they don't play professionally, it's a certain ideal of a peak, like you peaked.
Most def.
And then that can be depressing to some people who they peaked in high school. Right. They was the man in high school, and now they're a manager at Food Lion or whatever the case may be. So, I guess you kind of answer that where you found something, or you found things that can transition to being a man in another arena.
Yeah, no doubt. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta find something else life after basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's your competition in that format? So like for me right now, coaching kids, being around kids, because I'm also a school teacher. Well, I'm assistant dean at my school. So you know what I'm saying? I'm around kids 24/7.
Oh, because I was gonna ask you some fucked up questions, but
No, man, answer. You know what I'm saying? We here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, just being around them, just trying to get them advice, because you know what I'm saying. A lot of kids of today, they don't have father figures in their life, and then we don't know about, you know what I'm saying, what's going on at home with these kids. So, you know what I'm saying, trying to get to the root of, you know what I'm saying, what's what, but then at the same time, you just trying to pour into them to help them along their journey, because a lot of them, you got to play football, a lot of them play basketball, but they, you know what I'm saying, when they go to school sometimes, some of the kids don't even want to do their work. They just go because they forced.
Yeah.
But I'm like, at the end of the day, you here, you might as well clock in, because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you're a student athlete.
Yeah.
So if you want somebody to come in and pour into you and, you know what I'm saying, give you an opportunity to go to the next level, you got to do your work now. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I love that, man. And I know you got your family out here. I don't want to hold you too long.
Man,
So
you
we're going to get into, as we wrap it up a little bit, we're going to get into some questions for you,
sir.
some Florida Hoop Legends questions. First, what do you consider, or what makes a Florida Hoop Legend in your opinion?
Man, Florida Hoop Legend is, man, you really put your stamp on the game in your area, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, shout out to Darius Washington. That's Mr. 3K.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that
He really scored 3,000 points.
That dude right there, listen.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot.
man,
I don't
listen.
know if people really be knowing, like, because, you know.
Hey, man, when a lot of people be talking about scoring that ball in
Yeah.
high school, 3,000 points in high school is
It's
a
crazy,
lot.
yeah.
9 times out of 10, when you start seeing people, you know what I'm saying, they got like 1,500, 1,700.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I'm
that's
saying?
still good, though.
That's still good,
Yeah.
but 3 grand,
3,000 is crazy.
that's called buckets.
Yeah.
But
You know what I'm
speaking
saying?
of sin,
Yeah.
because I take this out of my man Chris' book, because
Yeah.
Chris wasn't able to be here today. But
Shout out to Chris, man.
what is a moment that stands out
Oh, yeah.
in high school that you can remember? Like, I remember this happened and I was there. This how I felt.
Yep.
Man, summer going into our junior year, we played against Cypress Creek High School. The number 9 pick, Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah.
Summer league game. And then the crazy thing about it, I'm playing against my best friend, Sam Crawford.
Sam.
So you know
Sam
what I'm
played
saying?
with them?
Sam was at Cypress Creek before he had to get. They forced him to go back to Gateway.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he
ain't
was
even
ended
know
up
that.
going to Cypress Creek, but man, listen, that game right there was crazy.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying. Hey, I already know what's at stake. You got a first round draft pick on the floor, and you play against your best friend. Because me and him, hey, when me and Sam played against each other, and we act like we wasn't friends.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
how I was back then.
You know,
yeah.
and we ready to, you know what I'm saying, throw fisticuffs, throwing elbows and stuff like that, talking
Yeah.
trash, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was. But, you know, in that game right there, we ended up losing to Cypress Creek by like 2 or something like that in the summer.
Yeah.
And that right there gave me the indication of that we can play with anybody, and it's the first round draft pick guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and he played in the league for over 12 plus years, you know what I'm saying?
They weren't really dominating in the city because when they played Edgewater, we beat them. We
Well,
blew
y'all
them
had
out.
size, though, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Anybody that had size,
He
like
had
Evans,
46 though.
on y'all?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, he had like 46. It was at Edgewater. It was crazy game.
He was a monster.
It was a big
Yeah,
moment.
He was
He was
a
a
monster. I
monster.
know. I know.
Nah, that's what's up. I'm glad you asked that question. I love that question. And shout out to Chris. Chris couldn't make it
Shout
with
out
us
to
today,
Chris.
man. That's another one of our hosts.
Chris,
man.
so I know people. By the way, Chris, people watch the Instagram feed, and Chris does a lot of the give the flowers. He's like a basketball historian.
Yeah,
So
man.
he the guy that you guys see, and he doing
Do the teams.
He telling you the teams
Yeah.
and the stats and the moments. So major shout out to Chris. Chris is a part of us. Like he really the first or second head. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he just wasn't able to hear. So that's a shout out to Chris. And
for
you know
sure.
he'll be here on the next batch of.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
sir.
going down
Yes,
to
sir.
South Florida next time. I want to
Yes,
do
sir.
Central Florida now. Get all the greats. TJ just texted me too.
Yeah.
He gonna be late as always. You know
Ain't nothing wrong
TJ.
with Mr. Cerebral.
Mr. Cerebral.
Duval.
So, all right, you got your moment. All right, I want to ask. So, who's if you got to give us your top 5 in Florida, a starting 5, no particular order. Like you don't got to do 3-point guards or whatever. Like, give us a starting 5 of all
time?
Florida. Yes, sir.
Whew. All time. Dang. I got it though. You say Central Florida.
No, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
It's positionless. You can do
Yeah,
whatever you want.
positionless. Do your thing.
Well, you know, I'm gonna start mine. I got at my guard spot. I got to go Mr. 3K.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Who that?
D.
That's
Wash.
Mr. Darius Wash.
Yeah, you gotta say
You
it.
got to put him out there.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, but he left Florida, but I still got to throw ATM in there.
It count.
Oh yeah. He
Because, you know
count.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he count.
Red, listen, man. Red, hey,
See,
listen.
Jeremy ain't seen a lot of these
Listen,
guys, bro.
yeah.
Like,
he
these.
was a monster.
Yup.
I'm telling you. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing. Like I sat there and witnessed him guard Amari Stoudemire.
Yep. That was a
And-
classic game in
and
Florida history.
Yes, when Jacksonville, the Lee Bulls played against Team Breakdown.
Team
Not Team
Breakdown.
Breakdown, but Fast Break.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God!
Disney,
listen,
top
man,
court.
Disney, yes.
Yep.
And that was one of the hell of a performance by ATM and
Yup.
them guys in that situation. So those two, I gotta throw my OG in there, Chuck Atkins.
Chuck. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I like
'Cause,
that.
You know what I'm saying? He was one of the ones that laid the foundation down.
Yeah.
And Chucky don't get a lot of recognition.
No, he don't.
He don't.
in
don't.
Florida.
He don't,
Yeah.
man. Hell of a coach.
He went to
too.
USF and
He-
killed.
South
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Merck that South Florida. Whew, this is tough. My last two, I gotta go with another guard. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, he's the only guard in the state that had won Mr. Basketball 3 years in a row, and that's Joe Barry.
Okay.
Chris
You know,
always
you know
bring
what I'm
Joel
saying?
up, don't he?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
A lot of people.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Chris
saying, don't
always say
respect-
he gotta
don't
get it.
respect his and
Shout
stuff
out to
like
Joel.
that. You know what I'm saying? I know you got Austin Rivers. I know you got all these other guys. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's pretty good. But you know what I'm saying? This just mine.
I think people take away from Joe because he went to Lake Highland.
It don't matter. You was Mr.
You
Mr.
basketball
Basketball
three
of the state of
times. Yeah,
Florida
yeah, yeah.
3
Nah,
years
that's
in a
real.
row. That's not.
And
never,
then he
never been
played
done.
great at North Carolina.
Yes, it's never been done. He just didn't make it to the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, his legacy is what it is.
Yup.
And then I mean, my last one, I got to go with. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Thunder
Darryl
Chocolate.
Dawkins.
Chocolate
Chocolate
Darryl
Thunder.
Dawkins.
Got
because
you.
he was our first, you know what I'm saying, one that come out of high school.
He went to
straight
Evans?
to the league.
Yeah,
Went to
with
Evans.
Evans.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Yeah.
I love your list. It's your list, but you wild. You ain't even put Vince, Mac.
I can't put Vince. I
Yeah.
can't put Mac in there because you know what I'm saying. Like for Mac really ain't do nothing here like that.
Yeah, see,
until
that what
he
Chris
went-
always
till when
say.
he went to
Yeah.
outside.
I love that you didn't. I love that you didn't put none of the easy low.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
I love
Yeah,
that.
man, because, you know, everybody going to have their different top five, but, I mean, it's just the views of, you know what I'm saying, what was special in their cases.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
no, I'm with you. I'm
to
with you.
how you can view it. You know
I'm
what I'm
with
saying?
you
Like I said, because I
1,000%.
could have easily thrown Austin in there because Austin was a mofo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
King of the
Austin.
Florida mixtape.
And he's a king.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Austin,
And
man.
I mess with Austin heavy. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's no disrespect to
Yeah,
him,
no,
but, you
for
know,
sure.
hey, I got to go with, you know what I'm saying, what I
Yeah.
rock with. You feel me?
So you just walked the 5K. You with your family. So I'm gonna get you out of here with this, right? First of all, look in the camera. Tell them who you are.
Man, I'm Dwayne Foreman. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I grew up in Tangelo Park. Finished up high school at Apopka High School. Graduated from University of Georgia Southern. And man, I'm coaching young folks now with Powerhouse Basketball. We're a UA Rise group. And man, it is not about me. It's about the future.
And you are a Florida hoop legend. Now, with the last question, and we can wrap it up. To you, what defines a Florida hoop legend?
Man, putting your staple on it, man. Staying loyal to the grind. Just basically, you know what I'm saying, making a difference in your community. You know what I'm saying? Because it's life after basketball. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, what are you going to do after that thing over with? You know what I'm saying? Your legacy starts when you playing basketball, but your legacy still continues. You know what I'm saying? As you still going, because, you know what I'm saying, when you come back, that's when it actually is going to really take off, because if you working with, that's why I always say working with the youth, that's what, you know what I'm saying, helps create your staple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, man, it's about the youth, about the future.
Nah,
'Cause we don't already had our time. So, you know what I'm saying, we already settled in what we going to be settled into. So it's like just pouring into the youth and helping out them on their journey.
Nah, you definitely a legend, bro. And I like to give people their flowers. That's why we started it. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the friendship, the brotherhood.
Yes, sir.
We don't even got to talk often.
All the
I probably
time.
ain't talked to you in 2 years, and I called you, and your energy, team, what's up? Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah,
I got to
heavy.
do this, but I'm there.
Heavy.
And I don't take that lightly. I truly appreciate it. Like I say, me just being a fan,
Yes, sir.
I'm not old enough. I have too much ego to say I'm a fan of you. Just definitely, like I say, I have front row seats to some of the greatest Florida basketball players in history.
Yes, sir.
Just me playing with D. Wash my whole life. I met D. Wash in the 3rd grade, and we played salsa and all that. And I just had the best seats on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And being able to watch all you guys and really just gaining respect. Like I said, I've always loved your game, the IQ, the flashiness of it. So I appreciate you, bro. And we just always want to let you know, bro, you're definitely a big impact in the state of Florida basketball, bro.
Appreciate you,
Yeah.
dog.
Get us out, Jay.
Appreciate
Man,
you for
so
having
with
me.
that, that's Wig. He's a sports agent, impresario, lover of hoop earrings.
And
Me?
a sex symbol.
I'm Jeremy Just Black, the real sex symbol to start the show. The Fat David Ruffin, if you will.
Yeah.
But and Chris is a basketball historian. This is Florida Hoop Legends, and always for me, peaks are the ending. Peaks are just how many times you climb.
Yes, sir.
So it's life after everything.
Yes, sir.
Love
Always.
that. Love that.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Big
y'all
love.
for having me.
Yes, sir.